Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. I thought you'd be excited. Today's topic is prove your worth with valuable proofs. Prove your worth with valuable proofs. Now, when you hear the word prove and proofs, um, they might want to mean the same thing, but it's not, in the real sense, it's not the same thing. You know, prove is like trying to make people know, like showing that yes, you can do it. Now, proofs, on the other hand, are evidences to say, okay, yes, I can do it, the proving, and this is a proof that is the evidence that yes, I can do this, and I have been consistent over the years. We live in a moment where everyone thinks that you must learn, you must grow, you must ensure that you get to a point where you no longer have to force your way through things, you no longer have to explain yourself to people to say, okay, I'm a graphics designer, to say, I'm a major dealer in cement produce, in agricultural produce. It depends, it goes on and on. There's that stage in life that everyone wants to attain. Everyone wants to get to that point where you just want to say that, oh yeah, I can do this, I can do that. Without you saying it, sometimes people also would refer you. You know that there's power in referrals. Uh, Somebody who knows that yes, Toby is a very good MC, for example, would say, oh yeah, Toby is a good MC. You need to bring him on board this. If you want to have a good time at your event, at your corporate event, then the best man to do the job is Toby. Now, if Toby has not been doing, nobody will know that there is something worth bringing, or there's a valuable asset that Toby has to bring to the table. A lot of people struggle in this life, because they're actually not thinking that, yes, they have to come up with a lot of evidences. As you grow, as you move, as you learn, a lot of things that you would want to see in your life is dependent on how well you can do these things consistently. You have to ensure that you're doing things that are valuable. You have to ensure that people know that you do this. People do not know that I sing. People do not know. Do you know I do this? How do we know you know how to do this if you're not putting yourself out there, if you're not publicizing yourself? You definitely have to publicize yourself. It's not enough for you to know how to do something today and you feel like everybody knows that I did this today. No, it has to be something that will be regular. It has to be something that you continue to do. The topic is very simple, like I said, prove your worth with valuable proofs, meaning that there must be evidences, there must be things to showcase your talents, there must be things to showcase that gift that you've got. There are a lot of brands today that don't even struggle to say, oh yeah, people should know that our brand is good. No, people have tested their things. People have checked that, oh yes, this brand, if you are using an iPhone, for example, the camera quality, the functions is top notch. If you're using maybe a Samsung phone, the camera is this. Some of them are water resistance. A lot of things. Brands are just all over the world, and they don't need to struggle for people to say, oh yeah, this is what iPhone does. That is what iPhone does. Because a lot of people would help iPhone publicize. Because, iPhone has proved to us that, yes, this is what it is. Apple products generally, not just the iPhone, Apple products generally, have proved to us that, okay, their systems or their softwares are one of the best in the world. That, yes, when you use these are the functions, those are the functions. Even to the extent, that point, that, yes, okay, they've also proved that, yes, this is worth it. you can bank on us, you can count on us. Yes, they have an existing structure already. They don't stop at that. They come up with proofs to say, okay, these are evidences. iPhone 1 was this, now iPhone 2 is that, and all of that. The MacBook Pro is this, and what have you. Brands who struggle to make a meaning or to make people know them are brands who have over the years not been doing their own work. Yes, I'm not saying that if you are starting your brand now that it's too late. No, starting your brand now is actually the right time, because you never can tell what that will turn out to. You have to prove your worth every time. You have to allow your work to speak for you. People have to know what you're capable of doing. People have to sell you. People have to, after you've sold yourself, people have to sell you. People have to say, oh, Mr. A can do this. People can say, oh, Tiger battery is this, Duracell battery is this, They know names. Other brands who are coming up will definitely have to be explaining through adverts to say, if you eat this meal, I'm not going to mention any brand right now, but if you eat this meal, it's going to give you vitamin A, B, C, D. Yeah. How many people know that it can do that? Do people derive satisfaction from that service you're rendering? Do people see that that service you're rendering is of high value to them? You have to ensure that you do things, you come up with evidences. Now your experiences would amount to those evidences. You have to ensure that your work and your person speaks volume. Your work and your person speaks volume in the sense that you need to tell yourself the bitter truth that, oh yeah, I am doing this, but is it worth it? Are there evidences to show? If I say I am a contractor now, there are some contractors that don't have to bid for some projects. They just say, okay, the contractors that we want to do it is, for example, in Nigeria, Julius Berger. Or you say, okay, the Chinese company. Because they've proven over the years with a lot of proofs that they can do things that would last long. Or they can come up with structures that would be so fine in the architectural world that people begin to say, oh yes, Julius Berger came up with this road, came up with this building. The Chinese company, that CECC, is also a major contender in Nigeria here. But it's because these brands have proven their worth with valuable proofs. That is why they don't have to bid for slots. People now reach out to them. Contractors will say, I have done this, I have done this. For example, if an employer wants to employ you, even as a fresh graduate, they ask you that, okay, what have you been doing since you got out of school? What other skill have you added to that thing you know how to do? You have to ensure that you have a lot to offer this generation. That is the only way that people would run after you. Your work would speak volume for you when you are not there to say this. Therefore, there's a need to be fully disciplined. You have to be fully disciplined. You have to have a full mastery of whatever you can do. You have to ensure that you have a mastery of whatever you can do. If it is how to produce bags, you have to be somebody who produces bags, not just producing bags in your locality. You have to sell yourselves to people who are using your brand. Also have to testify that yes, your brand is actually valuable, so you can get referrals. So my advice to you today is that you should prove your worth with valuable proofs. Gather evidences that would make you to be somebody who will be sought after. I'd like to close with this quote by Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan said, if you don't feel you have something to prove every day, you will never improve. If you don't feel that you have something to prove every day, you will never improve. So you need to prove your worth with valuable proofs. You need to ensure that you're doing something meaningful in your office. You need to ensure that you're doing things that would in turn bring about referrals and make you a better person. Don't forget, this is Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. Thank you for everyone who has joined the live video. the topic again is prove your worth with valuable proofs. I'll see you again next week, Tuesday. Please ensure that you are doing things that will in turn be mounted up as evidences and would make us know that the word or the phrase tested and trusted can be used for your brand. So I'll see you next week, Tuesday. I wish you well in your organization, in your business, and in what you're doing. You can read up all of this on my social media platforms, on YouTube. This video will be posted on Instagram, and all platforms. The write-up will also be posted. So I'll see you again next week, Tuesday. Thank you for joining me. Prove your worth with valuable proofs. Thank you. Bye.